Hello, Cruising World. Mick the Suit Guy with you. It's Monday. Monday is Tippy Tip Tips Day. Tips and cruising traditions this week. Because as promised from last week, I have some from Dawn and a couple of cruising traditions, it looks like, from Keith. As always, I have not read these in advance, so we're going to read them and react. I can tell you there's 7 from Dawn. How do I know that? Because she numbered them. So I know there's 7. I haven't read them, but I'm going to try and do 3, maybe 4 this week, depending on how detailed they are. They're little paragraphy ones, so I'm not sure how much info we're going to have on each one. But we're going to try and do 3, maybe 4 this week, and the rest next week. And 1 cruising tradition, because it looks like there's 2 from Keith each week. Boom! Value for money from me. Let's get into it. Dawn, to me. Here's a tip I like that I've seen done, but haven't actually tried it yet. And there's 7. Number 1. When printing your luggage tags after you have folded them, take a picture of it and use it as your locked screen on your phone. That way, if you lose your phone, they can return it to your cabin. And. It ended at and. When printing your luggage tags after you have folded them, take a picture of it and use it as your lock screen on your phone. That way, if you lose your phone, they can return it to your cabin. And. I don't know if you missed a bit there, Dawn. Not sure if you forgot a line. But I'm going to read it again because I'm trying to take it all in. I'm just probably missing something really obvious here. I apologize. Well, this is what happens when you read it live and you don't read it in advance. When printing your luggage tags after you have folded them, take a picture of it and use it as your locked screen on your phone. That way, if you lose your phone, they can return it to your cabin. Oh, I get it now! I'm slow on the uptake this morning. So basically what you're saying is, if you lose your phone, here's my luggage tag. Send it like you would luggage to my thing. That's a great idea. Are you likely to lose your phone, Dawn? I mean, I know you very well. You don't strike me as the sort of person that would lose their phone. Glenn? Probably. Not so much yourself. I apologise. I should have got that first go. That's stupid of me not to. But living proof, people, that I do read these live. But good one. So do that. I don't have to repeat it and explain it because you probably got it the first time. It took me 3. All right, it looks like we're going to get to 3 this week because of me. That's a great tip. Number 2, another useful tip that by having the photo on your phone, it will also help you find your cabin if you have forgotten your cabin. Number 8420, for example. That's a dig, Dawn, and I know it. I know you and your 8420. I know about that cabin. It's on Carnival Panorama. It's an oversized interior. Oh, we know. Is your cabin number on your luggage tag? I'm sure. Yeah, it must be. Of course it is. Stupid statement. Yeah. What we do is, I would hope you wouldn't forget your cabin number on a cruise. Sometimes you forget where it is. Has anybody forgotten their cabin number? We do that when we go to a hotel. We were just in Vegas and we immediately took a picture of the room number. But yeah, that would totally work. But my only question for you, Dawn, is what happens if you lost your phone? Just throwing that one out there. All right, number 3. I also take a mini subbing kit on board as well in case of an emergency like a button falling off or a tear on a seam. Trust me, it happens. I can let you into a little secret. I just recorded a video before this, which may have been last week's. You can always tell when I do multiple videos in one go because the shirt color's the same. And I just do matching suits to that shirt because I'm told I can't get 5 shirts dirty when I do filming. So I got this shirt. I think I got it from Kohl's. And I went to undo it. And I thought the button was loose. But it's just a really weird button. It's on like a piece of cloth or some fabric. I've got to look at it when I take the shirt off. But this one doesn't have a tie. So the one I did before had a tie. So I went to loosen it. And I undid it. I thought the button was about to fall off. But no. It's on a little tag there. But there has been many times. With these suits, let me see if there's one on this one. Very often, they include a little button bag in one of the pockets. Not this one by the look of it. No, not on this one. But very often I do get a little bag of extra buttons. So I bring the buttons unknowingly sometimes. But yeah, a lot of people do that. That's a great tip. Bring that sewing kit along with other things you can bring on board. I recently did that. I did a video on people sending in, what they recommend you bring on board. A lot of people said things like a sewing kit. It sounds silly, but if that happens to you on board, even if they have it in the shops on board, they're going to cost you an arm and a leg to get them. And how much space does a little sewing kit take? So listen to Dawn's advice and bring a sewing kit. Listen to hers before you listen to mine, because I can't understand anything clearly today, which is pretty blatantly obvious what it means, but I didn't read it right. Been a long day. Packing for a cruise. Alright, so that's 3 from Dawn. I'll give you 4 next week, and I'm going to give you a cruise tradition from Keith. First time I've had something from Keith, so keep them coming, Keith. Well, I say that now, I'm ready, yeah. Let's see if I say the same after I've finished reading it. But these are cruise traditions. So we'll give you 1 this week, 1 next week, with the rest of Dawn's. Right, number 1. Hi Mick, greetings. Hope you are enjoying the summer. Yes, I am. I am. My first summer in Florida in 22, 23 years. And so far, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I lived there from 93 and 96. And I remember the summers being worse then, at least than this one now. We'll see. I have a couple of personal cruising traditions that I would like to share. Firstly, I want to acknowledge that I enjoy watching your channel very much. See? Now when you start with that, no matter what Keith says after this, it's going to be good. You make my Mondays entertaining, watching and listening to you. I'm either smiling or laughing. As you might suspect, living in New Jersey in the Northeast, it's difficult to cruise as frequently as we, with my wife, would like, but it does make for a fabulous and cost-effective vacation. We usually like to take a cruise once every couple of years. Our favourite line, like yours, is Carnival. I would like to offer a couple of my cruise traditions. Yeah, I lived in Jersey. Well, Jersey City. So after I lived here from 93 to 96. I was in the British Navy before that. How I got to be out here is a whole other story. See me in a cruise ship, I'll tell you, it's a good one. And then I moved to New York, but I lived in Jersey City, Hoboken, and worked in the city from like 96 to 2000. And then I moved to San Diego, and I lived there until last November when I moved out to Florida. So I was in San Diego from April of 2000 until November of 2022. Long time. But now I'm back. Anyways, number 1 cruising tradition from Keith. Well, we're going to say Keith and his wife, even though you didn't name your wife Keith. I could have given her a shout out. Or maybe you do, I don't know. I always purchase a model of the ship that I'm sailing on in the fun shop on board. I know they are expensive, usually minimum of $50 to $60, and the model can be a bit of a hassle to pack, but I love them. When I bring the models home, they look wonderful on display. They are incredibly detailed and beautiful. It's one of these souvenirs that look good on board in the gift shop, but even better at home. When I don't purchase the model, I inevitably regret that decision once back home. When I look at the ship models, it brings back great memories of our family vacations. I can point to a particular deck and talk about something fun that happened on it. Brilliant. Brilliant. I love that. Nice one, Keith. And your wife. I love things like that. Yeah, $50 to $60 sounds like a lot of money, but if it has something that has that much value and brings you that much joy, you can't put a price on that. You know, we get these inflatable ships, as everybody knows, which they have stopped selling. I'm looking up behind the camera. I can see I've got a stack of maybe 10 to 15 more. And after that, I don't know what we're going to do, because we do a pub crawl, as you know, if you watch these videos, and we get all the bartenders to sign that. But yeah, I love that sort of thing. I often see those ships, and they do look really nice. I see them in the fun shops all the time. So yeah, I think that's a great one. What are yours? Send me yours. We have another cruise tradition when we go in a group, because every year for the Super Bowl, we try and do a cruise. And then we will usually rent a boat, because you can rent a private boat when you divide it by 8, 9 people. It's the same cost as a Carnival tour, right? And you got your own boat. Take you wherever you want to go. And every year, I tell people, send me 10 songs, and I put them into we call it the boat mix, shockingly. Original, I know. And then we go on the boat, and we play it in the order of each song, and we try and guess who picked the song. It's not hard, because most people's musical knowledge is rubbish, except mine, so I know. Plus, I made the mix. Anyways, yes, great one, Keith. Well, I'll look forward to your second one next week. If it's as good as the first one, well, you're already good because you said you enjoy my channel. So, boom, we're set. Send me some tips, Keith. Send me some tips, not just traditions. I'd love them. With that, as I said, send me your cruising traditions. Send me your tips. I will read them live. And if you like this channel, subscribe. I do this just to try and help people. I'm not in it for the cash, clearly. I'm in it to be able to afford a couple more suits if they ever paid me any cash. Actually, I had a chance to monetize this channel because I've hit that level where I can monetize it. But you know what? I didn't even look into it because I don't do it to make money. And I don't want videos every 10 seconds and stuff all over it. I want it to be clean because the job of this channel is to help you. So no, I didn't monetize it. Don't think it would have been that much money, but don't care. Now, if they offer me $1 million, like if it's Saudi Arabia, like they've got with the football in England right now, they're paying these players, like they offered somebody £50 million a week when he was making like 500,000 a week or whatever it is in England, then yeah, I might consider it. But right now, not going to happen because I do this for you. So subscribe to this little channel. I'll keep it as ad-free as possible, apart from the ones they insist on putting on at the beginning. And then hit that little bell if you want to get notifications. I try and do 3 videos a week. Cruising, trips, and traditions on Monday. I put out a cabin video on Thursdays and a miscellaneous video on Saturdays whenever possible. And if you have any questions, my email is coming up at the end. Please send me your questions and I will get you an answer. If I don't know, I know people that do, and I will find an answer for you. I will make it my mission. And with that, until next week, part 2 of Dawn and Keith. I will see you later, Cruising World. Any questions? Email me anytime. cruisingsuitguy@gmail.com. I promise I'll reply as soon as possible. Want to book a cruise or any type of travel? We are travel agents. Check out our site, elitetravelconnection.com, or email me, Mick, at elitetravelconnection.com. We are here for you. Finally, subscribe, please. Pretty please. You know you want to. Go on. I won't beg you. Okay, I'm begging. Please. Subscribe. Thank you.